How are we going, folks? Welcome back to the Nightmare Cabin, and we're doing an album review, and we are talking about the new solo album from Jerry Cantrell of Alice in Chains fame, and this is I Want Blood. This is the fourth solo album from Jerry now, and it makes me ponder where Alice in Chains stands today, because the last Alice in Chains album, Rainier Fog, I believe it was, that was in 2018, and this is the second album now in a row. I mean, yeah, Rainier Fog, and so 2018 that was released. That was a different world. That's a lifetime ago now, and what makes me wonder is that Jerry's always been a reluctant solo artist, and he did his last album, Brighton, and not as in Brighton the place, as in Brighton one's day. He did that in 2021. So this is two solo albums on the trot with the same lineup as well. He toured. He did a full tour to back that album, and he's touring right now as we speak. And pretty much with what I can gather is the same band lineup. And it seems like it's the same, more or less, lineup that recorded the albums as well. So it's like he's entered this new groove, this new era of his career. And yeah, it just makes me wonder where Alice in Chains are now. Because, it's been quite a while since the last proper album, and we've now got two solo albums. And he seems to be in a rhythm with his solo albums now, which is, it's just an observation. I don't know if it's good or bad, but makes me wonder is all. So, I mean, if Alice in Chains are done, we've got a hell of a lot more than we ever could have expected or could have hoped to get from them. I mean, carrying on without Lane, it was a miracle that it even got off the way it did, and we got an amazing album with Black Gives Way to Blue, and then two great albums, Devil Put Dinosaurs Here and Rainier Fog, as I mentioned earlier. And so we've got three great albums with William Duval. Don't quite know how you pronounce his surname, but got D-U-V-A, Duval. Just look it up quickly. But yeah, I mean, a great singer, and he really did put his own stamp on things, and the way he obviously didn't. No one can truly replace Lane Staley, but the way he harmonises with Jerry, he matched the way Lane could, And yeah, we got three great albums with him. So if Alice in Chains is on the shelf now, so be it. But that's not why you called. Let's get into the new solo album. So yeah, Brighton was a great album, and this pretty much carries on where that album left off, really. It's almost like no, I wouldn't say that. I was going to say it was a second debut, but it was the start of, what's clearly now a new era in Jerry's solo career and, I suppose, songwriting career. He did his first album sort of as a side project with whilst Alice in Chains was still going. Obviously, after Lane dying, he did his second album, Degradation Trip, and that was a sort of... I think he was pondering what to do next when he did that album, but what a great album that was. Obviously, Alice in Chains then got back together and rebooted. 3 albums with them, loads of touring. And then, 2021 we get Brighton, and then, today we get I Want Blood. And, you got the same drummer. I'm not sure how... There's a couple of guests pop in here and now, but Jill Sharon does the lion's share of the drums on this album, and he also did the last album, formerly of Dillinger Escape Plan. I think he's just joined Marilyn Manson as well. He's done a whole host of stuff. Pacifer as well, I think that's how you pronounce it. Maynard James Keenan from Toll's other band. He was in them for a bit. So, yeah, pretty bona fide drummer. Mike Bordin of Faith No More and Ozzy Osbourne fame does a bit of drumming on here as well. He also drummed on Jerry's second album, Degradation Trip. Speaking of Degradation Trip, bass player Rob Trujillo, know him off Metallica, but he did the second album as well, Degradation Trip. So both bass player and drummer on that album pop back up on different tracks, but yeah, they appear on here. Duff McKagan from Guns N' Roses also does a bit of bass as well. You occasionally get some keyboards from Vincent Jones and Greg Potato. Greg, I always read it, but I've never said it out loud. This is the first time I've said it out loud. Greg Pucheto. I've butchered that. You know him from Dillinger Escape Plan. He does a bit of backing vocals on the last album, does a bit of backing vocals on this, and does backing vocals in Jerry's band. And Lola Coletta. Let's read that properly. Lola. I'll go through the booklet as we do that. Colette, sorry. Just Colette. Lola Colette does a bit of backing vocals as well. So, yeah, there's the cover. And then that's some pretty cool artwork, actually. And then, yeah, we'll go through the booklet. But, yeah, it's familiar enough territory. It's, you know, Jerry's got his own style now. What's that now? He always has had his own style. He has... I think he's quite underrated as a guitarist. He's got a very distinctive tone and a distinctive style of riff, and obviously distinctive style of vocals and harmonies. But yeah, Vilified starts off with like that sort of disjointed riff that Jerry's known for, with a sort of like odd rhythm, but he has a really familiar. When the vocals kick in for the bridge and then chorus, it's like, yeah, we're home. Off the Rails, the second track, is a big highlight for me. It has this awesome, sinister sounding riff, like, you know, it's real high, sort of like this right ringing tone to it. It's just really dark and menacing sounding. Afterglow, the third track, is just this really lovely. It's perfect for this time of year. Like Jerry Cantrell and Alice in Chains, really, it is just autumn music, isn't it? It's got that tenderness and that warmth, but with that chill in the background. It might be nice and warm inside, but it's freezing outside, and it's got that beautiful atmosphere of like that constant sunset that goes on forever during this time of year, and the sort of overcastness, you know, it just captures that perfectly. And Afterglow is one of those songs. It's just it's got that warmth with a chill in the background, perfect for this time of year. I Want Blood is the title track, and that's the real sort of one that makes you sort of stand back. Real dirty main riff on that one. It's got a real dirty rhythm to it. It sounds like an old Stooges song, like an old punk song. When it comes to the chorus as well, maybe a bit of Queens of the Stone Age as well, bit of like a driving rhythm, dun, 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 you know, that where the drums sort of just trudge along like a train, but it's got a real dirty riff, and then it just want blood. Dun, 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 dun. Duff McKagan pops in on that one. Good chorus on it as well. I could see that one going down well live. Echoes of Laughter is a bit slower, a bit more dredgy. And then like Throw Me a Line is nice and melancholic, but it's got like a nice sludgy main riff that Jerry's known for. That sort of mid-pace groove. It's vintage Cantrell, really. It's what he's known for, but it's got like this big open sort of chords on the chorus with a sort of a soaring vocal over the top. And yeah, Let It Die and Hold Your Tongue, nice songs as well. It Comes is the closer, which is a big highlight for me as well. It's 9 songs and it's 46 minutes, but the last song, just said it, It Comes, is the only one that actually goes over the 6-minute mark. But yeah, overall, it's Jerry doing what he's known for. It's what you come to expect from him, with a couple of twists and turns with songs like I Want Blood and Off the Rails. But it's always good to hear from him, and it's a great addition to a great catalogue, really. As I said about Doug Pinnock's album in the review I did of that, and it's like it's evening out now. He's getting like he's got a strong solo back catalogue now that matches, or is starting to match, the Alice in Chains back catalogue as well. Like I've just read his set list of the gig he did the other day, and I think he does like 3 Alice in Chains songs at the end and then yeah, the whole set is just selections from his 4 albums, and he's got a strong enough repertoire now, I think, to carry off a full solo gig without leaning on Alice in Chains tracks. I think I'm just looking now on a thing. It looks like Alice in Chains. I'd ponder in their future at the beginning of this review, but I'll just see in here. I've just quickly Googled Alice in Chains. It looks like they are doing festivals next year at least. So something will be going on with Alice in Chains. But I will say that on the back of this and Brighton, the previous albums, at least from a songwriting point of view, from the musicians he's playing with, the quality of the work he's putting out, if he does carry on with Alice in Chains, I mean, I suppose it makes sense to do some festival shows and play the hits, and he's bound to be playing bigger venues. So in terms of revenue, but if Jerry, my main point is, if Jerry does do another Alice in Chains album and does continue to carry on with Alice in Chains, it'll be because he wants to, not because he needs to. I think that's safe to say. So yeah, if you're an Alice in Chains fan and you've slept on Jerry's solo stuff, you're doing yourself a disservice, because he's the main man. It just automatically just sounds, it's slightly different enough, but it matches the main catalogue perfectly. So it's kind of like distinction level Alice in Chains. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this. Really glad it's come out, and it's a perfect soundtrack for this time of year. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you're doing well, and a few more things coming out in the next couple of days. So I'm keeping busy, and yeah, let me know what you think. Is this your favourite Cantrell solo release? What do you think of the later Alice in Chains stuff? Do you think he should concentrate on his solo stuff, or do you think he should carry on with Alice in Chains? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all. Try that one again. See you all later. Take care.